I'm just gonna say something that's gonna irritate you a lot. You don't have a content problem, but you have a positioning problem. You think that your hooks or the editing or the caption or the way your videos are being filmed isn't good enough, but frankly, that's not the issue that you have. Because if someone is asking, who should I go to achieve X, right? Maybe X is your business model, whether that be e-commerce or agency model or trading, and your name isn't mentioned, it means that you have a positioning problem. Because as soon as someone is asking the question, who should I go to learn how to do e-commerce, or who should I go to how to learn trading, your name should pop up immediately, and that's when you know you have the right positioning, and that's when you know that your brand is built the right way. But at this moment in time, your brand is not built the right way and your positioning is completely off. And no amount of posting is going to fix that problem. You see, most creators, they hide behind content tweaks, right? They obsess over the hooks, they obsess over the graphics within their video, they obsess over the captions or whatever it is that they think makes a video go viral, the vanity metrics like likes, comments, saves and shares. And I get it, because it feels like you're doing something productive. It feels like that is the thing that you need to focus on in order to move your brand forward. But here's the uncomfortable truth. It's not the case. You need to focus all your time and energy into positioning yourself. Because better content might make you slightly more visible, but it doesn't make you more valuable. And you can have the perfect captions, the perfect video, the perfect script or hook, and still be forgettable because people have no idea what you are, who you are, and what it is that you help people with. Now, here's where most personal brands sit. Right in the middle. Not luxury, not real expertise, just generic expertise, and people don't really know why they're posting, what they're doing, and what they truly stand for. They talk about business, mindset, discipline, or the lifestyle that they're living, and that, oh, if people start an online business, that they will achieve the exact same lifestyle. But if you post a Lambo in your content, you're going to attract broke people, and frankly, people don't even know what you do by showing the Lambo. And what do all these things have in common? It's broad targeting, broad topics, broad videos, and therefore you attract a broad audience, and a broad positioning creates a weak identity online. And a weak identity means it's hard for you to convert all the attention that you might be generating into a sale for your product or service. And that's exactly what you should not be doing, because if you speak to a big market and if you speak to everyone, you're gonna be remembered by no one. And then what happens? You become another business creator or another guru, and people are not waiting for the next guru anymore. They're not waiting for the next guy that is driving around in a Lambo in Dubai or Miami. They're really looking for people that have the core value that can actually accelerate their life, can accelerate their business, or can accelerate the revenue within their business that they're running. And that is not something that you can prove that you can help them with by showing the Lambo, by attracting a broader audience. You need to narrow down, you need to go as niche down as possible in order to attract the right audience and in order to get as many conversions through your personal brand as possible. Now let me break this down for you. We have two types of positioning. We have mass appeal with broad targeting, a lot of views, a lot of likes, comments, save, shares and followers, attracting a very wide spectrum of an audience. And then we have narrow positioning. And narrow positioning is where you focus on one core thing, one core problem that you solve for your audience. And when you solve this for your audience in the content that you make, the sales will become so much easier. You will attract high quality people to your personal brand that it will be very easy to sell your offer to. And that's the core difference between the mass positioning and the niche positioning. And what is the biggest problem if you do the mass positioning? You're gonna attract so many people, but the people that you're gonna attract are not the action takers, are not the people that actually want to better their life, are not the people that are willing to invest into themselves, are not the people that are there to learn from you and actually give you the money that they have so they can implement your information, your value and your coaching into their life or into their business. Whereas if you go with the niche positioning, you have one core problem that you solve for your audience, one content type that you implement into your brand, one ICP that you speak to directly in every single video that you make, and therefore you only attract the people that you want to work with and that you want to take the money from, in a sense, to actually give them the value that you know will help them. And instead of filtering all these bullshit people out that you attract by doing the mass positioning, you don't have to do as much filtering, because in all the videos that you're posting, you're only attracting one group of people that you know are interested in what it is that you offer, and therefore the whole sales process becomes so much easier because you don't have to spend time on the setting process, you don't have to go on calls and talk about about their life and what their goals are and what they want to achieve in their life, because the prospects that you are attracting with your content already know exactly what they want, what they're there for, and therefore it's super easy for you to close them on the sales call. And yeah, it might be the case that you have a bit less followers if you go for the niche positioning, but followers don't mean money. Followers don't equal money, right? Because you can have all these followers, but if you don't know how to convert them, or if the follower quality is super low, you won't be making any money. And you see a ton of guys out there right now who go the niche positioning route that only have 10,000 followers, yet they are the ones making 200 to 300k every single month with their info offer, compared to the guys who go for the big mass market positioning and they have trouble generating 20 or 30k per month because they have to sift through all the broke leads that are only there for the Lambos but don't really want to invest into themselves because it's too risky. Now let's talk about why some creators scale extremely fast and others stay left behind because they simply don't know what to do. And it's not because they're lucky, and it's not because the algorithm favors them in a way, and it's not because their Instagram or TikTok account is made in the best time possible and therefore TikTok or Instagram is favoring them. That's not the case. The only reason why they scale so fast is because their positioning is so extremely obvious and people know exactly what to do. Take Nick Setting for example. If you go to his page, you know by just looking at his page, this guy is going to teach me how to run the profile funnel and generate leads through the profile funnel, optimize my Instagram account, optimize my social media pages, and automate the process behind it with an as lean team as possible. And that is just by looking at his page. But if you look at some of the mass market guys out there, you see Lambos, clubbing, you see the yachts, everything, but yet you have no clue what they're actually gonna teach you if you hand them your money. That causes confusion, and we want to stay away from confusion, because the more confusion you can create within the content that you're making, the harder it will be for people to make the decision to actually buy your offer. If we take a closer look at Nick Setting's content, you can see that every single piece of content is created to attract one avatar that he knows he can sell his offer to. Every single short form video is engineered to attract the highest quality possible lead. Every single story sequence is created to nurture this exact type of person to get them into the DMs and interested into his offer. Every single YouTube video that he is posting is created to show you how the profile funnel works and how easy it is to scale a offer with the profile funnel. So if your goal right now is to actually grow your audience and get more conversions for your product or service, you shouldn't be focusing on the hooks, you shouldn't be focusing on the quantity, you shouldn't be focusing on what is the best tactic to make a video go viral. You should be focusing on your positioning. What are you known for? And if someone answers or asks the questions, hey, I want to get help with this, your name should be popping off. And how can you make it that your name will pop off when some people ask that question? Now here's what it means to have clear positioning. If someone lands on your profile within 10 seconds, they should know Jacob is here for X, he can help me with Y, and I can gain Z by joining his mentorship or program. And that is exactly how your bio should be structured, how your content should be structured, how your long form video should be structured, how everything should be structured in your personal brand to answer these three questions, that people know exactly what it is that you do and how you can help them and what the results are that you can get for other people. And it shouldn't be vague, it should be as clear as possible, because if I remove your name from the video, could someone else have posted the exact same video? If the answer is yes, you have a positioning problem that you need to fix in order to make sure that people will choose you over anyone else within the market that you're operating in. And this is also why most creators get stuck at 20 to 50,000 followers. It's not because they don't know how to be consistent with posting, it's not because they don't know how to make videos and create valuable content, but it's because they have a fuzzy or fake positioning. And people get confused. You might have all these followers, but if it's so unclear what it is that you do, and it's so unclear what it is that you help people with, people will not convert into a follower anymore, because they think, okay, this is just the next fitness influencer, or this is just the next guru out there driving around in his nice car. People are done seeing that. They want to be extremely clear on what they're gonna follow somebody for. And if that answer is extremely clear, the conversion from a viewer to a follower will become very, very easily, meaning that you can have another lead for your product or service. This also means that you cannot be known for creating videos or posting good content or being a good creator. It means you need to be known for something very specific and solving a very specific problem. That is what will get you the conversions that you are looking for, and therefore the leads that you are looking for, so you can actually scale your business through organic marketing. Now here is the shift that you need to make right now when creating your next videos, because the question that you need to ask yourself is not how can I get more views, but what should I be known for? And if you answer that question properly and you create every single piece of content within your strategy around that question and making sure that that question gets answered properly, properly, you will create the right content, attract the right people, and actually grow an audience. Might not be as fast as you're currently doing, but I know that the audience that you grow will be high intent buyers, and I guess that should be the goal if you're watching these videos, because who doesn't like money and who cares about views if you're not making any money with it? Now, once you've created the question, you need to refine it. Instead of saying I help people grow, you need to be as specific as possible. I help fitness influencers get their first 30 clients in a month and go to $10,000 per month. That is way more specific than I help people grow or I help businesses grow. What kind of businesses? Who do you help? What do you help them with? What kind of system do you implement? How do you help them grow? What is the outcome if they work with you? Are they going to be a better person? Are they going to be more fit? Are they going to be more rich? Will they get more leads? A better backend system? All these questions need to be answered within the first 10 seconds of your page. And if they don't do that, and if people don't know it, they're not gonna hit the follow button and you're gonna miss out on a ton of leads, even thinking that you're doing the right thing by posting all this content. Now, don't get me wrong, you can still speak broadly to your audience, but you have to anchor it to your niche. For example, if you help coaches with the backend system, you can talk about discipline, you can talk about marketing, you can talk about systems, but you can also talk about fitness and your routines to stay locked in. But you just want to make sure that in every single video that you create, you tailor it or connect it towards your niche in a simple way. And that's when every single video that you post feels like a chapter from a book and not just random tweets out there that you throw towards the world hoping that they think it's valuable or nice and give you the follow. Because if every single video is connected with one another towards the brand that you're trying to create and the question that you know that you need to answer, it will be so much more powerful than just throwing things at a wall hoping something will stick and then thinking you are building a great personal brand, because frankly, you're not. Content is not going to be the brand. Content is only how the brand is being delivered. And if the core of your brand and the identity of your brand is unclear, then the content doesn't even make sense to be posted. But when the core of your personal brand is as clear as possible, the content can be as simple as possible and it will hit. Look at the big creators out there that have an extremely clear positioning, that post the most simple talking videos with their iPhone, going viral every single time, generating leads every single time from these videos, and making insane amounts of money by posting the most simple videos out there. So no, you don't have a content problem, you have a clear positioning problem, and you need to get very clear for yourself what your positioning is gonna be, what you want to be known for, and what it is that you truly help people with. And every single piece of content that you create need to tie back to all these things in order for you to grow a personal brand that actually allows you to make insane amounts of money every single month. You can take a look at my profile as an example, or take a look at Nick's settings profile for what it is that it needs to be looking like, because we have extremely clear positioning and people know exactly if they come on my page, within 10 seconds you can see I help people grow their personal brands and monetize them by implementing the structures that I have, and you can see the results on my page, so you can also see the outcome within 10 seconds, and that is exactly what your page needs to be looking like as well. It doesn't matter if you're in the e-com space, trading space, OFM space, whatever space you're in. If you want to grow your personal brand and attract the clients, get extremely clear on your positioning, and that is what will actually bring you the sales and revenue that you are looking for. Now, without further ado, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like watching it. I don't like filming this video in this setting, but I think it looks professional and kind of cool, so maybe we'll do it next time. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one. Peace.